Jak'd episode 27, I believe. Another random, I wouldn't say rant, but just a random rambling episode. Can't sleep, and what better way to get yourself to sleep by yapping to yourself? Nothing wrong with talking to yourself. Some people say it makes you crazy, but I think we all have potential to be a little bit crazy. Just random things to talk about. I was just going through my MGTOW channel. And, you know, it's amazing. I said, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but about a year ago or so, when the channel was really getting, I wouldn't say big, the algorithm was still there, I was still getting, views, subscribers every day before YouTube put the kibosh on that whole thing, blocking MGTOW, not blocking MGTOW channels, but, like blocking the algorithm so you can't find them and shit. And I was just recently on my MGTOW channel. I was bored, and I was looking at the comments for some of my high-view videos and stuff. And, of course, the number one critiques I get is, go to the gym, of course, my looks and stuff. And, and obviously that's common sense. I'm not saying you can't say it, but that's why at one point I was actually going to delete my channel because, the more you put yourself out there, which was kind of stupid, that's me showing my face, I knew that, that was going to happen, but, when you have 50, 100 people telling you over and over, go to the gym, lift, you start to go crazy from it because you're like, well, I know this, but, I was going to delete my channel like a year ago, and I was just like, I'm kind of glad I kept it. Like, it's weird. It's like a double-edged sword. Like, sometimes I think maybe I should have deleted my channel, not because of just that, but because, guys saying that, I'm not welcome in the community, I'm not good enough to be MGTOW. Because I didn't know that there was, I thought, my definition of MGTOW is, I guess there's different definitions. My definition of MGTOW was just, leave women alone. Just, don't approach them. Don't give them any attention. Don't date them. Don't spend money on them. And that was my whole definition. Like, but I didn't know that I guess some other definitions were you had to have your own place and you had to have a car and you had to look good. Because I was like, when you think about it, how many guys are in that percentage? Like MGTOW is already a small percentage of guys. And out of that percentage, how many guys actually fit that percentage of having their life together and on top of that being attractive to women and yet being MGTOW? Like, yeah, I'm good looking. I know I'm good looking. This woman approached me, but I'm going to be MGTOW and reject them and I'm going to ignore them. Like, it's a very small percentage. So I didn't know that was, what some people considered a MGTOW. So when guys were like, oh, so you're not choosing to be MGTOW, once again, you are forced your own way. I was like, I didn't know that. But once again, regardless of whether I'm not accepted or not, I honestly don't care. I put my heart and soul on my sleeve, as you guys see. And I like I said, I was putting out 3-4 videos a day, then 3-4 videos a week, then one video a week, or whatever. Then I was doing live streaming. And then, you say so much stuff and you realize you never think you're going to run out of stuff to say. And then you get to a point you realize, wow, I really did just, after putting out hours of yapping, I really did say what I had to say. I mean, like I said, it was like therapy for me. I mean, yeah, I got a lot of, feedback that, once again, I mean, I knew being fat and putting myself out there, I was going to get roasted. And boy, did I get roasted. It's kind of funny looking back at the comments and people saying, you need to stop eating cheeseburgers and get your ass on the treadmill. Some of the stuff was funny and then some of it wasn't, but you're going to get roasted. That's the internet for you. You put yourself out there and it doesn't matter if it's men, women, whoever, you're going to get roasted. And boy, did I. But, and then sometimes I think to myself, you know what? I'm glad I kept the channel because, it's cool to read the comments and I don't expect everyone to agree with me, but hearing other guys go, yeah, man, you totally read my mind, I feel the same way you did, and damn, that's the honest shit I ever heard in my life, and So once again, it's just a matter of you got to take the good with the bad. That's the internet, It's like you can't expect every comment to be like, oh man, you said exactly what I was thinking, man. Oh yeah, you spit the truth, man. This is the realest shit I ever heard. You know, you're gonna have comments like, hey, you fat fuck, stop eating cheeseburgers, fatty. You know, and yeah, it's gonna cut into you, but that's the internet. You got to take the good with the bad, and but regardless of that, like I said, the only video I was gonna come up with, but I said this in the last episode, was this feminist. She was crying about where the strong men at, and she's scared and all this stuff, but I can't find it. I can only find it was on the Nick DiPaolo show, but I tried to email the producer to say, hey, can I get that video clip? But he never wrote back, so I don't or maybe he did write back. I had to check, but anyways, maybe I'll find it. But regardless, another exciting episode for this. It says about 200, eventually 300 people. Maybe some people click on it 2 or 3 times. Maybe 100, 200 people listen to this, which is pretty cool because of the fact that the podcast on my main channel, that podcast sucks just like this one. I mean, some people do like it, but that podcast, you know, gets a low amount of views. And I've been doing that podcast for over 10 years. So compared to that one, at least people are listening to it. And well, hey, that's all I can ask for. So, talk about some random things right now. One I want to say is the Allen Roger Currie show. They used to go on. I don't know if you guys ever listened to it. It used to be on Blog Talk Radio. For those who don't know, Allen Roger Currie is a black dating coach. Him and David X were like the first 2 guys I heard of. They promote the honest approach. They're anti-PUA because they feel like PUA is all about lies and manipulation, which I guess it is. And they're all about just, you know, being honest with women because women, you know, they like that, and, you know, you don't want to get manipulated. But they were the first 2 guys to call out women for being manipulative, which is very honest and refreshing. However, I tried the Mode 1 approach, which is Allen Roger Currie's approach method, where you honestly tell women what you're thinking. And I gotta say, I know, like, the method is 100% proof against manipulation as far as, yes, it's true that women cannot manipulate you if you're honest with them, because the guys who usually get manipulated are guys who act like they're in the friend zone. You know, they say, oh yeah, I'm just your friend. They act full of shit, and if you tell a woman up front, hey, I want to fuck your brains out, then yeah, you know right there your answer, and they can't fuck with you. So it is a manipulation proof method. However, as far as getting laid goes, I mean, I didn't get laid from it. And even though it's nice to be honest, and I like I said, I used to tell girls on dates, there's a little bit of Corona there for you. I used to tell girls on dates that, you know, I just want to hook up. I'm looking for something short term. I'm looking for friends and benefits. And I had girls even say, don't say that. That's not going to work. Girls don't like that. I still did it. And of course, yeah, it didn't work. I mean, on Craigslist, for me being honest, on Craigslist, I used to write sex ads back before they pulled the casual encounters and all that stuff off there. I got a few makeouts from there. I never got laid from it, but I had a few sex dates once in a while, but most of the time it was just makeouts and shit like that once in a while. Most of the time they were like below average looking chicks. But, you know, the method nowadays, like, you know, going up to a woman, like Allen Roger Currie claims he never just went up to a woman and said, I want to stick my dick in your mouth. He would try to get to know them a little bit, find out if they're single, and then say it. But if you walk up to a woman nowadays, I feel like, and you say, hey, I want to stick my dick in your mouth, you know, they can call the cops probably and say, hey, this guy sexually assaulted me. Because sexual assault, I guess, is considered any kind of unwanted behavior. And you might not do life, or you may not do a couple years, but you might do for sure a couple months, or at least a month in jail. So, you know, it's not, you know, nowadays with the climate of all these feminists and all these fucking uptight women, you know, I'm glad I don't do PUA. Like, I feel like if you're a guy and you want to get back into it, I guess the best thing you do is max your looks out the best you can and get some nice headshots of yourself. As far as pictures go, like high quality pictures of you smiling and wearing nice clothes, and then just put up pictures on Tinder and the dating sites and do it that way. Because approaching women, it sucks. Like, I don't like the donation I got last week from guys. The guy who was like, you know, I think you can still do it. I hear messages like that all the time for various videos I've done. And, you know, pretty much it's nice to hear that. But I say to myself, I cannot go back out and approach women again. Like if I was going to start, like if I were to go back out again, like I said, I would take pictures, high quality pictures, put them on a dating site like Tinder or some shit. You know, Tinder sucks. They all suck. And I would just do it that way. But as far as cold approaching goes, man, that shit is rough. Because even, like I said, texting them, calling them, dates. Even though I had a few dates where the girl said, you know, you don't have to spend any money on me. And I'll say, no, I'll buy you something. And they're like, no, it's okay. You know, I just want to get to know you. And I spent no money. And those dates were cool. And I had most of the dates I had were like really cheap, low-key dates. But even if they don't spend any money, still, just the idea of, you know, going on all these useless dates, knowing that if you were attractive, you were Chad or Tyrone or whatever, they would probably suck your dick on the first date. But because you're below average looking, these bitches are going to make you wait 5 dates or some shit just to find out their ass stinks. So it's like, fuck that shit, man. But yeah, but Allen Roger Currie show, I was thinking about that because I used to listen to it, not live. And there was an episode where he had Justin Wade on. And Justin Wade is this black dating coach. You guys know, he's like, I think he had fake videos. He was on Vice telling some white girl to pretend to be his girlfriend and shit. And he was like the top dating coach in New York at one point. And he had this thing called the domino effect. Well, he was on Allen Roger Currie's show many years ago. And Allen Roger Currie was asking about his method and stuff. Then this guy called in. You could tell that Justin Wade knew him because he was like, you sound kind of familiar, man. The guy was like laughing, like they knew each other. And the dude was like telling his story to Allen Roger Currie. And he was like, yeah, I do PUA and I've approached like 2,000-3,000 women. I fuck like 50 something girls and I'm depressed. And Allen Roger Currie was like, wait a minute. Why are you depressed? You say you fucked 50 something women or whatever. And the guy was like, well, because all the girls I pretty much fucked were like unattractive. I wasn't attracted to them. So he tried to keep talking about Allen Roger Currie because he's all about honesty. And the people would just chat. It was a live chat. Follow him. I don't know if he still does his show, by the way. I guess you guys can check if you want to hear it. But because his chat room followers, you know, are about honesty too, Allen Roger Currie would have let it slide and said, wait a minute. How the fuck can you be depressed? You got to explain this to me. And the guy said, well, I wasn't attracted to them. And he said, you wasn't attracted to them, so why the fuck did you approach them? Why are you approaching women that you are not attracted to? And the dude was like, well, because, you know, in PUA, they put all this pressure on you that you got to approach all these women. He goes, yeah, but I know within 2 or 3 seconds if I find a woman attractive. And it is true that I've done that too. Like, that's the problem with people. Like, even Tyler, RSD. Tyler had a video where he says, you know, oh, yeah, approach the ugly girls too. Like, some PUAs will tell you that, like, approach the ugly girls too, but you shouldn't approach the ugly girls. Because if you make out with an ugly girl and you feel bad about it afterwards, that's pretty fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty fucking stupid. Like, why would you make out with a girl you know? And I've made out with, like, fat girls. Back when I used to get approached, when I was, you know, once again, skinnier. And not much skinnier, but, you know, skinnier than I was now. I used to get approached by fat girls. And, you know, not all the time, but sometimes. And they would try to kiss me. And I could have just walked away, but I made out with them just to get the result. And I didn't feel bad afterwards, but I was like, why did I make out with her? Like, girls wouldn't make out with guys if they weren't attractive. Why the fuck did I do that? But, you know, you did it just to know. This is back when making out was actually a trend. Before now, everything is just asexual. Once again, all the feminazi cunts. So, Allen Roger Currie would have let the guy slide. He was just like, you know what I mean? He was just like, why? I don't understand. How the hell can you be depressed? You say you got laid on and stuff. Why are you approaching unattractive women and stuff? And the guy was trying to, like, you know, give these long answers. Allen Roger Currie finally called him out and said, look, dude, you full of shit, man. You know, and Justin Wade, you could tell he was trying to, like, he knew it because he was trying to, like, deflect. He was trying to, like, you know, stick up for him. Like, well, listen, let me explain. let me explain this. And Allen Roger Currie was like, this is bullshit. This guy's giving me bullshit answers. I never heard of that shit before in my life. I never heard of guys. And another guy called in. And he didn't sound like he was in on it, but he said the same thing. He said, yeah, I fucked a girl once that I wasn't attracted to, and I got depressed. And Allen Roger Currie was like, why are you guys doing that? But see, here's the thing, like, in the incel community or black pill, whatever you want to call it, they say it's over. Now, there are options. It's never over. There are options, as you guys know. The first option is to take whatever woman you can get, which means date a single mother, date a chick who's obese, date a chick who's got a fucking triple chin. You know, you take just any woman you can get. That's one option, which I know guys are like, hell no, I'm not doing that. But that is one option. And then you got another option too. You go to hookers, you go to escorts, which some guys do. And then you got 3, you give up, which is an option, which is, I guess, not equivalent to it's over, but you can either go to hookers and escorts, or you just take whatever woman you can get. Or you actually try to max your looks out, as you know guys say, looks max, and then you keep trying. But you do have options. It's never really over. But it's just a matter of, do you want to try? If you don't want to try, if you're like me, you feel better not trying, then don't try. But I can understand the guys who called in. I can understand their point of view, because I used to do the same thing with PUA. PUA puts all this pressure on you as a man that you got to do all these approaches. Like, I got to keep approaching, and you got to keep practice approaching, because it's like a muscle. So you run into girls to approach, and sometimes, like I remember one night I was at a salsa bar, and it was all unattractive. Usually it's hot girls. It was all like unattractive women. It was all like unattractive women in there. I approached like 2 to dance. They rejected me, and I was like, and then I saw this PUA guy. He was kind of like a Tyrone. He was like this tall black dude, dressed good. He used to be fat. He actually lost weight. Not recently. He lost weight a long time ago. And I told him, I said, dude, if this was day game, I wouldn't even look at these girls. You know what I mean? But because it's night game and they're out, you figure, okay, I got to talk to somebody. So these guys probably saw an unattractive girl and approached them for practice. And then all of a sudden, the girl went with it. And they wanted the results, so they fucked them. And then afterwards, they realized, damn, I don't even want that girl. But it is true, if you know you don't find them attractive, then yeah, you don't have to stick your dick in them. It's just like me being fat. You know you're fat, so why do you keep eating too many slices of pizza? Well, I just don't care, so I did it, but then I felt like shit afterwards. So there was some good episodes there. So yeah, but Allen Roger Currie couldn't say the guy was full of shit. He actually got into it with Justin Wade a little bit, because he kept explaining all these PUA terms. And he was saying that Justin Wade was using manipulation, and Justin Wade was like, nah, man, I'm just like you. But, you know, Justin Wade, you know, once again, he was hanging out with this white girl, and he approached mostly white girls, like a lot of black dating coaches do. And he told one of them he wanted to be her friend, and then he put in the video that he fucked her because he was hanging out back at his place, and then his father saw the video. Her father saw the video, and they threatened to sue, so he took the video down. But I mean, when I used to see his videos, I used to be like, that shit's got to be fake, because either white girls are just fucking any black guy, which is possible, or once again, these videos are fake, because he is just not. You know what I mean? He's just a stumbling fucking idiot. He looks like Beetlejuice from Howard Stern. If Beetlejuice was fully figured, he looked like Beetlejuice from Howard Stern. Once again, not trying to be a hypocrite. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what the girls think. If they're attracted to him, that's what matters. But I'm just saying. So that as far as the Allen Roger Currie show, there was another episode that I remember I heard years ago. And if you want to find these episodes, I guess I'm plugging Allen Roger Currie, which I don't know why, like he needs my help. If you just go to Google and type in Mode 1 Blog Talk, you can find a lot of his episodes. And there was one we had this gold digger chick on. This black woman wrote a book on how to get guys for their money. And it was a real fucked up episode. Like, if you're an angry guy, you will listen to this go, man. And Allen Roger Currie was like, that's fucked up, because she's promoting pretty much. She would go to these country clubs, this black woman. And I guess she was decent looking, because guys would approach her. Mostly these rich white guys. And she would go to like country clubs, golf clubs, and shit like that, and sit at the bar wearing like a cocktail dress and everything. And she would and the worst part about it was, she said in the book, you don't even have sex with these guys. These guys are so stupid that you don't even have to have sex with them. And Allen Roger Currie was, all over her. He was like, this is fucked up, and then I forgot what he asked her, but this is one of her quotes. She said, how could you compare a woman's body to money? She's like, as a guy, you can always make your money back. But as a woman, that's your body. That's something that if you do, that's forever. She said some shit like that. And that's the problem with these hoes, is they really do, man. They act like that's why guys call it pussy. You know what I'm saying? Because to us, it means nothing. We call it pussy. Yo, man, let's go out and get some pussy. But to them, these fucking hoes, man, they act like, I'm giving you something special. I'm giving you my soul. It's like, it's a stinking ass pussy, man. It's a fucking hole that stinks. That's wet. That feels really good, I guess, around your dick. I guess. I mean, I've only got it in there a few times, and as I said, I never finished, so what do I know? I gotta get up. I gotta get a drink of water. I've been talking for fucking 10, 20 minutes. My fucking mouth's getting dry. Hold on a second. So yeah, so she said something like that, and Allen Roger Currie was like, that is so fucking manipulative. Imagine if men did that to you and everything. And she was like, look, I can't help it that I'm attractive. She was like, I can't help it that men find me sexy and men approach me. So what I decided to do was, she said something in the book like, use these men to start your business. Use these men to, don't stay with them. Like, just stay with them for a few months. Try to get cash from them. Try to get, and then you start your business. She wrote a whole book on that. And he called her out, and then caller started getting on her, and she hung up. So you can find that episode if you want. And then there was another episode where a woman wrote a book. I guess her story was, she waited to marriage to have sex. And the guy she had married, he pretty much had a small penis, and he couldn't bang her the way she wanted to, so she divorced him. So she wrote a book on encouraging women to have sex with guys as fast as possible. If you're going to date a guy, hook up with him as fast as possible, so that way you can find out if he has a small dick, if he can't fuck you right. Like, don't marry a guy, pretty much. Which actually is my whole point of dating. Like, why the fuck? I was listening to Dice Clay, one of my favorite comics, Dice Clay, and he has this CD, The Day the Laughter Died, where he has like a 10-minute bit where he's just talking about getting blowed. He's like, blow me. He's like, why should I take you out? What if you don't do the right things? We should fuck first, And he keeps talking about getting blown, and this woman got offended and walked out. She's like, is this funny to anybody? This isn't funny. And she walked out. It's really funny. But anyways, I always thought that. I was like, that's why they want to go on these dates. I'm like, why should I even go on a date with you? I'm going to go on 5 dates a year to find out once again your ass stinks. Anyways, so the Allen Roger Currie show, there's some good stuff in there. But recently, a while ago, the reason I'm bringing this up is Allen Roger Currie has a YouTube channel. And I was watching some of his videos. He talked about MGTOW a little bit. He said some MGTOW guys are full of shit because they say they're MGTOW. I actually talked about that too. I had a video where there's different types of MGTOWs. No, it actually was called half the guys who claim they're MGTOW are MGTOW. Like, he would say some guys are like, yeah, MGTOW, but then they still approach women and stuff. I don't know. He was mad about it. But like I said, I mean, Allen Roger Currie, I appreciate him calling out the PUA industry and stuff, but he is still using the Mode 1 as, it's like Mode 1 is, a manipulation proof. Like, yes, if you're honest with women, they mostly, there's no guarantee, can't manipulate you. But as I said, it's not going to work. Like, I don't know. It can work, but once again, you have to be a good-looking guy. Maybe Allen Roger Currie is a good-looking guy. I don't know. Only women can tell you that. But if an unattractive guy, once again, like I said, starts walking around saying, hey, I'm going to stick my dick in your ass, I mean, he's going to get arrested or slapped or something. And finally, I want to talk about one last thing. I want to talk about my dick. No, I'm kidding. You're like, what? Turn this dick off. I don't want to hear about that. No, I'm not going to talk about my dick. I want to talk about, so I was reading the comments once again. Just random comments from my videos. And of course, like I said, the number one comment again is, hey, you're fat, which is like news breaking. And everyone's like, go to the gym. But yeah, I feel bad sometimes. Like, what the thing is? Some of you have never been fat before. And let me explain this to you. If you've never been fat before, here's something you don't realize. When you get fat, you look at pictures of yourself when you were chubby, and you go, I wish I looked like that. Like when I posted the videos, that video I put out, men don't decide which guys are attractive, women do, something like that. I put pictures up when I was skinnier. I just lost weight. I was 21, 22. I gained weight after high school. I just lost weight. And I took these pictures on my digital camera. And I wish I looked like that now. Like, I would kill somebody. Allegedly. I want to say I will kill somebody because I would get in trouble. Allegedly, air quotes, I would kill somebody to look like that now. Even if I'm only 50, 60 pounds lighter than I was, I don't give a fuck. When you're fat, you can see videos of yourself or pictures. Like, every once in a while, I watch a video of myself doing stand up, not because it's good, just because I look at the thumbnail. I watch it for like maybe 30 seconds, see what I'm talking about. I don't watch the whole video. I have it private on my YouTube channel. I don't put it up, but I look at it, and there's videos where I was a little bit chubby, but I looked way better than I did now. I don't care what you guys say. Like, yeah, man, I saw those pictures, but you were still skinny fat. Yeah, man, I saw those pictures, but you were still kind of chubby. Fuck you. I would kill somebody, allegedly. Kill somebody, allegedly, to look like that again. And when you're fat, you don't realize that. When you get fat, you're like, even if I was just chubby, I'm like, I want to look like that again. I want to look like that. Fuck. And like I said, that's the thing about, once again, I'm not offended that people are telling me to go to the gym. I know that. And I know, and some guys are like, well, you need to lose weight, but you won't do it. It's like, it's not just going to the gym, it's eating. It's what I eat. Like, yeah, I can work out. It's not about that, dude. It's what the fuck I eat. I eat like a pig, honestly. Eating is more important than working out. It's obviously the diet. And my parents aren't forcing me to eat. They're not shoving food down my throat, but living at home with all this junk food and all these temptations, it's hard. It's hard. I started drinking soda. Like, when I had my government job, my first one, I had a gym there. So the reason why I was able to keep my weight off was because I had a gym there. Now, I wasn't trying to be healthy. The ironic thing I realized? I was thinking about this when I was taking a shit earlier. When I was doing PUA, I actually cared about my looks more than I did now. Think about it. PUA tells you looks don't matter, right? Well, even though I believed in that a little bit, I still was working out. And not for women, for myself. So they give you 3 breaks. We have a government job. On all 3 breaks, I would work out. All 3 breaks. And I was able to burn calories at work. And I wasn't drinking soda back then, probably. Maybe once in a while, but I was really off soda. So I kept my weight down. And then when I lost my government job, when I was like 28, I moved back into my parents' house, and I got depressed again. I started drinking soda again. I stopped caring. I was like, my life is over. I'm never going to be able to move out again. That was the only good job I had. I'm never going to get a good job like that again that pays that good. And I started getting depressed, and that's when I started drinking soda, eating out of control, just stopped giving a fuck. But when I was doing PUA, before I gave up, I cared about my looks enough that, enough for women once again, I cared about my weight, I should say. But then, when I went MGTOW, I stopped caring about my weight. You know, you figure it would be the opposite. Like, you know, like, hey, PUA looks don't matter, so I'm going to drink this soda. And then when you go MGTOW, you go, hey, now I'm going to stop drinking this soda because I'm MGTOW. But I did the opposite. So that's kind of the erotic thing I was thinking about. But yeah, I look at pictures of me now, like when I do stand-up, and my gut. I mean, forget about my fat face. My gut, man, it's like I fucking look like Santa Claus, man. 6 months pregnant. It's just like my stomach is so big, and even when I wear baggy shirts, you can still see it. When I watch clips of my stand-up, I go, God. And once again, when I see older clips when I'm skinny, I go, I wish I was that skinny. Even if you say you were still skinny fat, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I go, I wish I looked like I would allegedly once again kill somebody to look like that. Well, anyways, keep telling myself to do it. Don't know when I'm going to get things together as far as at least losing weight goes. Fucking stuck in the house with this pandemic shit. I could still go for walks in the park, work out at home, but anyways, that's all really for the episode. I'm still going to be around, as I said. Maybe not as much videos, but I originally created this podcast because I was like, this is a way for me to get thoughts out and create content because, as I said, fucking, you know, there's so much cut nature out there, I can really make videos all day. But I only make a video if it really makes me sick. Like that feminist cunt who was crying about me once again. Anyways, this is Jak'd. I thank you guys for listening, and I'll see ya.